There's that temperature trend. The temperatures, well, they are up and they are down. So today we're going to be pulsing closer towards those mid 70s. Although judging here by our south wind at this point in time, it is a little slow to start, but I really think as we feed in now and into the afternoon, we'll definitely see more of that. Temps will be in the 60s starting Wednesday through Thursday, Friday. Now that's just an average. I do think a lot of us will also be in the 70s. And then if you're not a fan of the colder air, well, more of the 70s, and I also think 80s will be in our forecast as we go into the upcoming work week. So we got a little bit to go. Now you can always take a vacation. I mean, we're one of the cooler parts in the country. You only have to go, what is Billings, maybe a 6-7 hour drive? It's well into the 90s there. And there's a reason for that. We also have a front coming through today, so that'll help us, change up a little bit more of our atmosphere. You go to Washington, D.C., anywhere along the East Coast is soggy from Tropical Storm Debbie. Phoenix, 111 today. Vegas, very, very similar. But we look at our pattern, our upper level pattern, that is. We're in the midst of a trough, just this cooler air mass right on top of us and over to our friends in Canada. Down to our south, as it typically is, the hot air. Not necessarily muggy, but definitely hot. And well, as we go into our Friday, it does start to leave that trough. And so that's why we're going to see a little bit of a warm up as we go into the weekend. But first we have to shake it up because we have our cold front coming through here. So again, this has to be that blue line, but we do turn it here to our low pressure system. That's going to be the driving force in addition to a south wind ahead of the front to become that severe weather threat between 8 p.m. to about 2 a.m. That would be in central time for tonight. Our overall threats will be quarter-sized hail and 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. So it's not all that hot today. The instability, there's enough of it for those thunderstorms to pulse forward, so that's what we have. But here's that window of 9 p.m. already crossing into and through that North and South Dakota border. Maybe a few clouds ahead of the front, but then as we go past that window, the peak heat, those storm chances do diminish. Then that leads to just widespread rain much through our Wednesday. I do think a lot of it will be in the northern half of the state, so Wednesday will be a soggy day once more, if not cool and cloudy, with our temperatures in the 70s. We look at the precip map through tomorrow. We're looking at 1/10 to 1/4 of an inch, maybe a couple of pockets, of course, where we have those thunderstorms. That's easily depicted out, but in all honesty here, temperatures, they do remain very close to the 60s. Lower 70s. Krista, look at this Saturday morning. You and I are talking about it. I think sleeping in on Saturday with those windows wide open. A couple 40s. I would not be surprised on that map.
Yeah, that is the plus side of the cooler weather is that you can keep your windows open. You don't need to run your air conditioner quite as much.
Exactly. Save some money.
Thanks so much, Heidi.
Yep.